All right, my friends. I had to wait just for a moment. It said traffic's a little heavy here on StreamYard, so I had to wait. So in the meantime, I was watching Inside the Actors Studio with James Caan, and it was surprisingly very interesting. Anyway, welcome. I hope everybody's doing great. I wanted to send to you tonight, if at all possible, a feeling of absolute excitement over us and how we're doing things. I mean it. I think there's so much good when you focus a lot on little incidental things all day long about this and the JFK and this and that and the Tesla. You got to kind of step back a little bit. And sometimes you can get very, very, weighed down by it. So that's not what we're going to do. Today we're going to have fun. There's some stuff which I think is absolutely very, very funny. And I have had such a great time talking to people about the JFK case because most people do not know how to read what information means. They'll take something and they'll just extrapolate it to the point of absolute insanity. And I think that's wonderful. I think it's great. Because maybe we need to teach people how to be a real conspiracy theorist, because I believe that more often than not, there are conspiracies, meaning events that do not take place with one person, but in fact, many. So get ready for this. Make sure you are subscribed, dear friend, to Lionel Nation. This is very, very important because I found out, for reasons I shan't understand, the many people who watch the videos aren't subscribed. So you're going to do that. We're going to be talking about, oh my God, I've got some great Democratic stuff you're going to love. Alec Baldwin, almost feel sorry for him, married to that nut. I'm sure you've seen it, but in case you haven't, also a little Scott Jennings, some Tesla stuff, and just some great, great, great review of how great things are going, thanks to this tremendous president. But before we begin, my friends, this. When it comes to comfort, support, and a good night's sleep, my friends, MyPillow has revolutionized the way millions of Americans rest their heads with unmatched quality, cutting-edge design, and a commitment to American-made excellence. MyPillow has become a household name. And now with MyPillow.com/Lionel, or using the promo code Lionel, you can unlock exclusive discounts and deals that bring comfort and savings right to your doorstep. That's right, my friend. Mike Lindell and the team in MyPillow aren't just selling pillows. They're on a mission to transform the sleep experience with a wide variety of products beyond their signature pillows. Whether you're looking for supportive adjustable pillows, luxurious Giza dream sheets, cozy towel, mattress toppers that cradle your body in comfort, MyPillow offers it all. And with their 60-day money-back guarantee and a 10-year warranty, you can be confident that MyPillow stands behind every product they sell. Now, why MyPillow stands out? Let me tell you, unlike generic pillows you grab off a department store shelf, MyPillow is customizable and engineered to cater to different sleep styles. Whether you're a side sleeper or a back sleeper or a stomach sleeper, their patented interlocking fill technology adjusts to your specific comfort needs, keeping your neck and spine properly aligned throughout the night. No more waking up with that sore neck, no more tossing and turning, just the restful, rejuvenating, and exhilarating sleep that you deserve. And it doesn't stop at pillows. MyPillow's Giza Dream Sheets, made from the finest Egyptian cotton, offer a smooth, breathable, and luxurious feel, turning your bed into a sleep heaven. So right now, my friends, do the right thing. Go to MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel. It's easy for me to say, MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel, or call 800-645-4965. Simply the best. Trust me. Indeed, my friends, Mr. M.R.O. Levon, I don't know if it's a Mr., I'm not sure, says, skip the wine, consume the grape seeds. Have no idea what that means. Not at all. No idea what that means, but I thank you nonetheless. Fred Haddad Jr., by the way, gifted 10 Lionel Nation memberships. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Freddie. Let's go off with a couple of things. First and foremost, I have always been able to see through people that I despise, but yet maintain a strange kind of a concomitant sense of kind of empathy, sometimes even sympathy, even for people I despise. I know you're going to laugh when I say this, but there's a part of me that can compartmentalize a feeling that I have regarding Hillary Clinton, who never won. She was her life, or she was destined to be something, but she just... And I find people who lose or who have not enjoyed that which they've, wanted, I find that fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. And believe it or not, one of the guys is Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin, who has been basically, abandoned by his people. He was a great actor. Rumor has it that when he was doing that Jack Ryan character thing, and then he stopped and then gave it to Harrison Ford, the CIA folks didn't like that, and that may have, affected his career. He's a great actor, good mimic. I think he's batshit crazy and has basically the sense of sophistication. Thank you, Conrad. Appreciate that, my friend. He has the sense of sophistication politically as a child. He's kind of a guy who wants to be a tough guy, wants to slap people around. I have no need for that. He was married to Kim Basinger and, doing his thing and whatever. And then he just, I don't know what happened. He was great. Glenn Ross, he did some good things. And then he married this nut, this Hilaria. And I kind of feel sorry for him. I say, you're stuck. There was a movie, there was a book. I believe it was Pope of Greenwich Village. Maybe, don't hold me to it, but there was a line I'll never forget. And it sounds terrible. But it says something to the effect of, cancer is like butterscotch pudding compared to marital discord. Have you ever seen or been involved in a marriage that is so horrible? You're stuck. You realize, I'm doomed. I'm dead. I'm through. I'm finished. I'm done. My soul has died. Have you ever seen that? I've seen this. I've not had this, but I've seen this. It's horrible. We realize, oh my God, I've married a nut. And when there's kind of age discrepancies, he is exactly my age. Well, we're 1958 club, so I think he's maybe a month or a week older, but we're basically the same age. And he's married to a nut. He's married to a nut. There is nothing worse than that, to see there are people, and right away, this is a nut. And to see what people go through. I don't think at his age he wants to have 11 kids or 12 kids or 15 kids or whatever it is. I don't think so. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want to meet with he's been an actor. He's kind of wants to do, and he's meeting this up and comer who wants to somehow be a star of, I don't know what you want to call it. What? She wants to be a reality star. Nobody. That's over with. You do know that the reality star stuff is over with. In fact, one of the original ones, believe it or not, who was very, very popular, was Victoria Gotti. Growing Up Gotti was one of the original. It was actually very interesting because it was kind of novel. I think there was that MTV house thing or whatever. And I was kind of like, wow, that's kind of interesting. And then the Osbournes and, sort of. And then, I don't know. But it's over with. We just become habituated to it. Well, his wife, Hilaria, for hilarious, all of a sudden, she took on this accent, this phony, fake accent where she claimed to have a Spanish accent when I think she was born in Boston. Well, here she is, and I'm sure you've seen this, but if you hadn't, here she is at some particular event, and she basically is slapping him around, and she's trying to be funny. She's trying to be a bitch, but she's not funny at all. And I don't hear her Spanish accent. What do you think about this?
The Hilaria show.
No.
Oops. Oh,
No,
wait. Excuse me. Let me try this again. There we go. Let's go back here. I kind of feel sorry. I kind of feel sorry for him. I swear to God, I kind of feel I kind of feel sorry for him. Reminds me, years ago there was an event at the Rockefeller Center, where the 30 Rock is, where the ice skating rink is. So we're at this party years ago, and it was like there was this to get to the bar. It was like took forever. So somebody in our party said, "Why don't we order about 8 scotches in one, like an iced tea thing, and just walk around like this?" And people say, "Well, it's not scotch." I don't know why I'm thinking that, because look, I was joking about him getting a drink, but it's a great trick. Just get about 10 drinks. It's called a waitress saver or a bartender, and just walk around with about 9 drinks in this big total. How you doing? Great. Is that booze? What? In this thing? No. You're right. Okay. Thought I'd share that with you. Next, Martha Ratner. Martha Ratner always looks like she's crying, like her goldfish died. And here she is interviewing, at some particular point, Reince Priebus, which I find so funny because he answers this question so perfectly, so honestly, and so without hesitation. It's just perfect.
I really thought this was lose-lose for the Democrats, with Donald Trump even thanking Chuck Schumer, probably the last thing he wanted to hear from Donald Trump.
Well, the Democrats have had 2 horrific weeks, and it really just comes down to what Donna said. They've got no leader. They've got no movement. The only thing they've got is Trump derangement syndrome. It's the only thing that brings them together. And the only thing they got out of this week was, well, who's going to primary Chuck Schumer? What are we all about? AOC and Bernie Sanders are the only people in their entire party that can get a crowd of over 20 to show up.
That's right.
So the only thing they are, I mean, they're afraid of Trump. Trump owns them. And it was a total slam dunk for the Republican Party. Well,
And
don't you love that? Don't you love when somebody comes along and just nails it? Now you don't have to be you don't have to be a Republican. I'm not a Republican. But you have to realize the Democrats they're just dead. You do realize that, right? There's just something, they're dead. Let me show you something which is also interesting. This fascinates me. This has been going on, and how anybody can warrant this, laugh at this. I never realized how incredibly violent the Democrats were. I mean, I really never thought. We learned during COVID, during Black Lives Matter, that they don't have any problem with, burning things down, but I never knew they were this bad. Seriously, this bad and this serious. Scott Jennings is this fellow on CNN, and it's kind of getting boring. I don't ever watch him. He's very good, though. I don't watch anything he does unless it shows up on, one of the X compilations or whatever it is. But I will tell you this. He's very, very good, but it shows you the mindset of these people. And I don't remember Democrats ever being this crazy. This is here's Scott. I think maybe turning up the heat. This might be a bit of a work, but in any event.
On the subject of Elon Musk, there's been all kinds of vandalism against Teslas and Tesla dealerships all over the country. Las Vegas, Kansas City, Encinitas, Buffalo Grove, Littleton, Mass. I grew up right next to Littleton, Mass.
Great.
Loveland, Colorado, Tigard, Oregon, all over the place.
The other night, Donald Trump said these are domestic terrorists. Everybody laughed about it and scoffed at it. That video looks like terrorism to me. I mean, it's obviously an organized, coordinated effort, however people are communicating with each other, to do this to people around the country who chose to buy a Tesla at some point in the past. Many of them,
looks like terrorism to me.
Who bought them in the first place.
Look at this guy.
All because their entire political worldview is ruled by their emotions. And that's the American left right now. It is one angry mob after another willing to take things into their own hands, up to and including keying, firebombing, and otherwise vandalizing cars and car dealerships and charging stations. It's outrageous. It is terrorism. People ought to be put in jail and left there for a very long time and be taught a lesson. So this right here, what's going on with the guy who helps our country, who runs successful companies, who doesn't have to be doing this. And now
I got the wrong clip.
Companies is under systematic terroristic threat and violence all over the country, and people seem to be laughing about it or fine with it. It's outrageous. I've sat at this table and had people say, we should cut Elon Musk from the government totally. He rescued our astronauts today. Is that what we want? The treatment of this guy is outrageous. These people who are doing this need to be found, put in jail, and made an example of. That's my point.
Now I forgot to tell her point. Her point was that, and here you are, and you're worried about this, but you have nothing to say or no concerns about January 6th. They have this thing about January 6th. I wish somebody would grow a pair and say, listen, honey. And by the way, throw in the honey. That always, there's nothing better than throwing in, listen, honey. Or if you can do it even better, listen, honey. I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm going to do the best I can. January 6th was the biggest bunch of nothing anybody's ever seen. Nobody was killed except Ashley Babbitt. This is all you have. This was, if anything, an event of people not getting a parade permit. It was trespass. I think it was stupid. But whether these people should be given a pardon, absolutely. For what? And we can argue whether pardons are too much, but they didn't do anything. 10 years, 40 years, for what? For this? No. Say it. But Scott says, I said before, I made it very clear that I personally was against and disgusted by January 6th. Oh, please stop it. Stop doing this. Please. Enough with that. But I want you to understand, though, putting all that aside, you do know we're doing great, right? You do know that there is this thing called this Trump, I'll call it the way it is, Musk revolution, reshaping America and the world. Did you know that? Did you know that? The political and the economic landscape of the United States is going through something right now that cannot be explained in any other way other than, oh my God. And it's important for us sometimes to stop for just a minute and just look at what's happening and really take it into heart, or take it to heart, I should say. This is something so great. This has been, I think, 58 days and 23 hours, almost 59 days, really think about it. 58 days. Think about that. 58 days. Or 59 days. 58 days, 23 hours, and do you feel, as I do, that, my God, this has been incredible, the amount of time that this man is, yes. Do you feel, and I mean this, do you feel that, first of all, I never want to think about the fact that there was a chance where we could theoretically have lost. I mean, they could have stolen it like they did 2020. They could have done it. Absolutely. You know, too big to rig and all that. They could have done it and said, the hell with it. We'll do whatever we want. But I got to tell you something. Do you really understand and see how this works? And how thankful we are that this man is president? I can't say this enough. I mean it. It scares me. It absolutely scares me how close we came. And it reminds me, or I think we should remind ourselves, that we're in the middle of a revolution. Because the economic and the political landscape has changed drastically. And the U.S. is undergoing a seismic shift. I hope you recognize this. And at the forefront of this transformation is Donald Trump. and I'm going to say it, Elon Musk. What did you think when Elon Musk saved those 2 astronauts? What did Elon Musk did this? I don't know how much they paid him, but not NASA, not Boeing. He did. And if he hadn't have been available, what would have happened to those astronauts? Do you know how nobody's going to tell you how horrible it is for her and him to not have weight, to not feel the weight of their bodies for 9 months? Oh, God. Thanks to Elon Musk, they're back. And together, they represent a new era, kind of a hybrid of leadership, of bold leadership, of innovation, of scaring the living shit out of these people, and disruption, disrupting what was the stranglehold of the Democratic Party, which is in such disarray now. I love it. While we are feeling, and I'm going to say it, a populist, nationalist, patriotic resurgence. This is all over the country. The Trump-Musk revolution, this duo, is not just about politics or business or whatever. It's about something that's so different, and you're going to be feeling it forever, fundamentally changing the rules of the game, changing everything, reasserting our dominance. I feel sorry for him. I personally think when it comes to, I don't think for at all that he is in any way thrilled with the Middle East, but I think he's very happy with what he's going to do regarding Trump, with Putin and Ukraine. I think he realizes that's just a joke. But this is a guy who lives in a world right now that has, where we have lost so much of our power, so much of who we are, so much of how we were really respected at one point. So let's go through a few things here. First, and this is to all my Democratic friends, the collapse of your party, the collapse of the Democratic Party, a house of cards that is just failing. It is collapsing. The Democratic Party is in free fall, ladies and gentlemen, fractured, leaderless, pointless, focusless, boundless. There's nothing there. Unable to respond to what amounts to the moves. It's like there's this core group of Democrats who never cared about anybody else but themselves. And once they were seen as this kind of like this unstoppable force, the party now has been exposed, and I hate to say it, the house of cards, built on media narratives and identity politics and globalist interests and stuff that's just ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense, rather than actual policies that benefit the American people. I don't think they understand it. And there are a number of factors that led to this. Think about this. Why are the Democrats disintegrating? Why? What are the reasons behind it? We'll start with the obvious. Failed leadership. Joe Biden's presidency. It was a disaster. It was an absolute disaster. Record low approval ratings that nobody ever saw. Constant concerns about his mental and his physical fitness right off the bat. I'm not even done yet. I'm just getting warmed up. His inability to lead. The party lacks this successor. Who was it? Kamala? Who's going to run this show? Who? I told you it's going to be Gavin Newsom, but remember her? They actually they after this demented lunatic, this man wizened by decrepitude, there he was, and then you go to her. So then it got worse. Then you had this radical ideology that's still there that alienates most Americans. The Democrats, this obsession with woke culture and open borders and socialist policies and It's driven away moderates and working class Americans, people who were just rational, who once supported them. Electoral chaos, legal defeats. The party, remember the devastating losses in midterms, state elections. Voters rejected this en masse, but they dug down and dug in. It's incredible. This progressive overreach, crime surging, economic mismanagement, it just nothing stopped them. Then, who were the people that were the core? Latino and black voter exodus. Gone. Unbelievable. This was once their stronghold. And still, are they doing anything to get them back? No. They're applauding Teslas. They're keying Teslas. This is where they are today. This is the only thing that this one particular group can focus on, other than still that radical left stuff. The voters are abandoning the party in record numbers. And what still blows me away, most people are aligning with Trump's America First agenda. This is Chuck Schumer, Senate leader. He had to cancel his book tour. They couldn't get 5 people. And what's his book about? I think it was like anti-Semitism or something. What are you? Remember Rachel Maddow's books? These topics that nobody ever heard of or cared about. Trump is the most powerful politician in modern history. And the movement is like nothing. And I'm not trying to be hyperbolic. I mean it. Donald Trump orchestrated the greatest political comeback of all time. And imagine breaking the batting record or the home run record with having donuts on your bat, weights. He won with all of this coming at him. They threw everything at him. Every form of prosecution, civil lawsuits, name it. From being relentlessly attacked by the media, impeached twice, banned from social media. He not only survived, he thrived. He came back. It's like the more they push down, you know what he's like? He's almost, I think somebody heard the other day, it's like pushing a beach ball down. You know, you're in a pool and you push this beach ball down and you try to put it under the water, but then when it comes back up, it fires up. That's him. The Trump revolution is changing everything. It's incredible. The deep state is now exposed, and don't think for a moment that the release of the JFK files didn't do something to remind people of how corrupt the world is. Donald Trump made it clear that the corrupt DC establishment and intel agencies, which are really the police state, the intel state, you know, the big tech state, the shadow government, ruling class, but the intel state manipulates power and has done so for decades. And his relentless pursuit of transparency, including the release of JFK files. We're not done with Epstein because he got such a charge out of this. Epstein's next. It's going to step on a lot of toes of people who still want to watch that. Don't think that release is going to be as big. The unraveling of election fraud, it's all sending shockwaves through the political world. I love the word shockwaves. Like gravitational shockwaves. He's explained to people and shown people the notion. And I think we're seeing it around the world, the rejection of globalism. I don't think anybody understood what that meant. When you talked about the recognition or the rejection of globalism, a lot of folks didn't really get it. They didn't grasp it. They didn't understand what it meant when you said globalism. They didn't really, globalism is basically ceding authority to an organizational superstructure where you lose individual sovereignty, individual power, and individual ability to to maintain, your own sovereignty, your own dominance. Basically, you're turning it over to the UN and other people as well. Under Donald Trump, the U.S. is withdrawing from these, I think they call them entangling alliances that weaken our control, our sovereignty, from the WHO, climate change treaty, I think Kyoto Protocol maybe, that do nothing but restrict American industry. That's what we're talking about. The border crisis, we're going to completely, look how fast that was addressed. Trump's immigration policies, brutal, including mass deportations of illegal aliens, an airtight border wall, and using the Alien Enemies Act. Remember, all these judges granted initial temporary restraining orders. They stopped and halted the initial advance or the initial application of this. Didn't necessarily go to the merits of it, but they're already reversing Biden's disastrous open border agenda, this nonsense. And the best part about it is that there's an economic revival. Don't kid yourself. With Trump's return, let me tell you something. Stock markets are going to surge. Energy independence is back. Inflation is dropping. There's going to be a little bit of a reestablishment. That's fine. The key is going to be confidence in pro-business policies. Watch what happens. And remember his thing. It's not MAGA. People always say it's MAGA. Yeah, MAGA is sort of, yeah. This is different. It means something different. His whole thing and his position is America first. That's what it means. America first is the issue. Not MAGA, but America first. That's the thing I love more than anything else. And by the way, if I had my way to do it, or with it, the government or the president will be involved in half of these military exercises. This is about also rebuilding alliances, trying to make sure I want to have fewer enemies. You know what I mean? The bottom line is simply this, and we can go through this. I want you to feel good about this. I want you to feel good, and I want you to feel happy, and I want you to be proud. We have been through so much. Just remind yourself, there might be a hiccup here and there. There might be a little bit of a speed bump, but don't think for a moment that we are not making incredible, incredible strides. Be a little patient, be understanding, but wait and watch what happens. All right, friends, listen, I want to thank you. I want to also thank our good Fred Conrad and Fred Haddad Jr. and MRO Levon. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. I hope you caught Mrs. L today. She had a live show at 4. It was fantastic. Make sure you follow Lynn's Warriors. Make sure you follow Lionel Legal. And make sure you follow, of course, this here at Lionel Nation. All right, my friends, have a great and a glorious night. It's a beautiful night. 53 here in New York City. So glad to be with you. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great time. And don't forget, Monkey's Dead. Show's over. Sue you. Ta-ta.